So we've talked about exchanges and announcements and all the rest of it. I'm trying to scale back a little bit about what we do talk about until it's kind of sure and certain and all the rest of it. And hand on heart, we were supposed to actually list on another DEX, and as I've said, it's nowhere. I mean, Uniswap's the biggest DEX out there, so any other DEX that you list on is obviously not going to be as big an impact. But we've had a few deployment issues, so we're making sure that everything's safe and that everything's right. But also we have to take into consideration we're running a promotion on Uniswap to try and bring in liquidity and for prizes and rewards. So sometimes things just don't stack up. If you go out and then say, oh, and we've got this and this and this, and then people go, well, hang on, I can put a pool in here and I can win a prize. What are you offering for this one? And then we say, come on, we can't juggle 19 different competitions and releases all at the same time. So it's a matter of balancing that stuff. The partnership we've already the first partnership we've already discussed. RSK, as everyone knows, we have an MOU with RSK and IOV Labs. I can announce that we've started the testing on the bridge. So very shortly you'll be seeing, publicly you'll be able to see transactions where RFOX tokens have been sent from the ERC side over across to RSK. That's already happening as we speak. So again, all I'm going to say is that people will join dots and will be able to understand, but obviously that is something that is not, I always say we don't sit around and just play tiddlywinks all day. This is something that we're testing the infrastructure, we're testing the bridging capabilities, and they've got an amazingly simple bridge as far as bridges are concerned. So I pose that question to everybody else, and that is, why would we be testing whether or not tokens can be sent across from ERC to RSK? And it doesn't take Einstein to work out what RSK have got over their side and what we could potentially utilize. So a lot of that stuff will come together, but the last little tidbit I can give you is I'm madly working on refining the light paper for the virtual space. I keep calling it virtual space and people get confused by it, so I want to be really clear that we'll come up with a name for it. But again, think of what we're building as a big indoor expo hall that looks like to a virtual reality avatar or character walking around, looks like a shopping district with actual streets and stores and shops that you would then go into, and you can actually purchase and buy items. And it is a combination of physical and digital, meaning, for example, again, an example, I could walk into a hamburger store that is specific to Vietnam in my location. I could walk up to the counter and say, I've never heard of this place. That looks cool. Order the hamburger and then have that delivered to my house in half an hour. So the physical and virtual world are not that far from combining. In countries like Asia, where it is extremely easy to get motorbike deliveries in very short periods of time. But all I can say is that particular project will push the envelope in many, many different areas and ways. And we were fortunate enough to get a very heavyweight regulated payment provider to say, we'll take care of all of the payment side of things for you. So even though everything will run on RFOX under the surface, we'll take care of providing tens of fiat currencies and all the cryptos you can think of, meaning that anybody can go there, scan a QR code or a wallet, buy whatever they like, and not have to worry about the fact of, oh, this is on a Ethereum chain, or this is on an Ethereum contract, or it's on a Bitcoin protocol chain, so I need to transfer from this to this to this. We just want it to be a bloody virtual place you go into, you buy what you like to buy. Don't make it any more difficult. Yeah, all I can say in return and in response and as a final closing comment is I'm humbled by people like yourself and the new people that have come into the community who are fantastic ambassadors for what we're actually doing, and a couple of people I'll single out one, but someone like an Elon Musk, we've had a few people that have been there for a very long period of time, who've been through the good and the bad with us. They've seen what's actually happened. They've stuck with us, and they've gone from being a little, well, a lot negative and very critical, and that's because they're passionate, which is great. We want passionate fans, we want passionate supporters, to being ambassadors that any brand would be happy to have. And the thing is that that's testimony, and it gives the team confidence and faith. So we appreciate that. We really, really can't do any of what we do without you guys. And all I'm saying is, we've started producing, you've started seeing the quality of the stuff that we're putting out. It's just a matter of, I understand in this crypto space, everyone wants some new rocket and some new bomb every week. Just know that we're working our asses off. You can't, but when the game comes out, in addition to, and obviously that comes out, if that was all we were working on and it was just that alone, that should be enough to really sort of get people's attention. But that is just one small piece of what we're actually working on. So it is exciting, but we just have to be mindful that we probably don't have as big a team as we need to do all of the opportunities that are coming forward to us. So we have to turn down a lot. Just be patient, because we would rather slow something down and get it right, rather than bring out 5 things that are all of average quality just to sort of appease the masses. So quality, exactly. And we've moved across to where the token is much more accessible. We've released the first product. We've got the game and everything coming. So one of the criticisms of most projects is, are you positioned well enough if a bull run does come, a proper bull run for alts comes? Are you positioned to be able to capitalize on that? I think that anybody, if they want to take 5 seconds to reflect and step back, would see that everything that we've done has potentially bettered our situation for if that was to eventuate. So yeah, I couldn't be happier. Right, thank you very much for having me.